Judeo-Christian values is an oxymoron. I mean, it would be like if you called the NAACP and the KKK sister organizations. Look, Hitler didn't come from Baghdad. The Nazis weren't an anomaly in Western Christian European history. The Holocaust was a crescendo of anti Jewish hatred that had been building in waves in Europe for centuries. Christians like to use the term Judeo Christian because it obscures the vicious, relentless, long history that they have of anti Jewish hatred. And Jews like to use the term because they're well aware of that history and they don't want to see it repeated. So it's an oxymoron, and everyone.
Okay, so the one who teach hate against the Jews, and he is a Nazi and he is a fascist, he is an oxymoron. But we know that Jesus in the cross, he says, "Forgive them, Father, they do not know what they are doing." So when you say you idiot, you speak about Christian Judeo values. Anyone who teach hatred is not practicing the teaching of Christ. Same time, if we go and do a little search, will take you not even a minute to find that the biggest brigade who do commit the Holocaust was Muslims. Muslims in the army of Hitler from Albania and Bosnia and Turkey and Arabia. They were in the front line to capture the Jews and to slaughter them. But when the Muhammadan they want to talk about what happened to the Jews, suddenly the Muhammadan they are the one who love the Jews. And soon we will go and see the oxymoron Muhammad who slaughtered every single Jew in Arabia. So what those people do, I noticed this guy, he dodged the question and he throw it back at you, you know. But he will not acknowledge that if he is against Nazi and fascism, that Islam is nothing but a fascist Nazi cult. Believe that the Muslims are supremacist to anyone else. Therefore, they have the right to annihilate and kill and destroy any other ethnic group because Muslims they consider themselves one ethnic as a nation. Those are the Muslims, and the Imams like Al Imam Al Husseini, he was the one in charge of, let us say, recruiting as many Muslims as Hitler he need. But remember, it's an oxymoron to say Christian, Judeo, civilization or value, because simply who is the one who built the hatred against the Jews? So how you say you have a value of a Christian Judaism? Obviously, you as a Christian Judo, value does not exist. Simply you hate the Jews. You teach hatred against the Jews. So when we show them what they did and why until now, actually, the pictures of Hitler, you go in the Middle East, you will find every single Muslim supporter of terrorism. He loved Hitler. I remember I used to see a bakery, a Muslim bakery. And the Hitler picture is in the top next to his father. I don't know who is Hitler. I was a kid with his funny mustache. And it was funny that he have such a flag, and those are Muslims. If you go right now, check, you will see uh, uh, the book. It's called Kifahi. Is printed only in the Middle East, sold legally in the Middle East, promoted in every Middle Eastern school. Read Kifahi. The organization of Hamas, the organization of Fatah, all of them, they give you a copy of Kifahi, which is the book of Hitler, for free. So if this is what make people oxymoron, let us check the oxymoron Muhammad, shall we? This is your prophet teaching nothing but hatred against the Jews. And remember, the one who spread Nazist and fascist is an oxymoron. So we go to the Quran. The Quran called the Jews pigs, monkeys, the worst of the creatures, the most enemy hatred to the Muslims. I will type the word adawa only, which means enmity. See, I did not even type the word Jews. Adawa. What does have to do with the Jews? Right away you will see. Enmity means Jews. Immediately. So you are talking about the Western in Europe, they are teaching enmity to the Jews when all your religion is based on enmity to the Jews, the Christians, the Hindus, the Buddhists. Anyone is the Muslim is an enemy of Allah, we have to kill him. It says here, as an example, look at the culture of Muhammad, the oxymoron Muhammad, claiming that his God, he promote hatred between the Christians until the day of judgment. Now, this guy, he is saying that an oxymoron only is the one who will believe that the Judeo-Christian value is good. Why? Because they are teaching hate against the Jews. But this is the God of Islam teaching here specifically hatred against the Christians. Why? Because they refuse to follow Muhammad. As simple as that. In fact, the stupid Christians, I say, at that time, they gave Muhammad refugee. In fact, the stupid Jews at that time, I have to say, they gave Muhammad refugee. Muhammad, he seek refugee twice in his life. Once to Ethiopia, and the Christian king, the stupid donkey Christian king, he welcomed him. And second time, he went to Yathrib, which is a city occupied by the Jews, built by the Jews, and those stupid Jews, they welcome him, and later he killed them all. So this is what happened when you invite a terrorist to your town. First, he kiss your shoes to take a visa. He kiss your ass to have papers. He crossed the sea to live there. And after you give him papers and etc., now he have rights. And now he starts spitting at you. Free food, free school, free etc. And you kuffar, this dirty, disgusting. Now let us go and see what the Quran says about the Jews. The Quran says the same about the Jews. The Jews says that Allah, he says that the Jews are the enemy of Islam until the day of judgment. And he spread hatred between them until that day. Chapter 5, verse number 64. But remember, the one who is an oxymoron is the one who spread hatred against the Jews. Here, not only they spread hatred against the Jews, Allah, he is saying he will spread hatred between the Jews. And for sure, Muslims have to hate the Jews and the Christians. In the same chapter, verse number 51, it says, take not Christians and Jews as friends. Do you see it? So the oxymoron is the one who teach fascism. What does that mean? That means Muslims can be friends to each other only. Why? Because they are the best nation in the world. Other nations are dirty, filthy scumbags. If we go in the hadith, which is nothing but the poo of Muhammad, police be upon him, he said that the Muslim, they should bring anyone who is not a Muslim, like a dog, and put a chain around his neck. Why? Because Muslims are the best nation on the world. But remember, fascism and Nazism is an oxymoron. But isn't it this is what fascism believe? You are the best of people ever raised up for the benefit between two brackets. You should look at this for the benefit of mankind. I mean, can you beat that? See, the Muslims, they have a benefit for us. We continue. You are the best of the people ever raised up for the benefit of mankind. So Muslims, they are superior. Nazist, fascist, Hitler, they believe that they are the best nation. And now what does that mean? Maybe they will make some medicine for us. Maybe they will give it charity. This is how it means to be the benefit of for mankind. No. The best for mankind are those who bring them with a chain around their necks till they embrace Islam. Do you see it? And the purpose is noble, is to save you to go to heaven. That's all. So this idiot, he is talking about how bad the Western culture, and he is the most evil, disgusting creature following the most disgusting hatred, Nazis, fascist, Mussolini, Prophet Muhammad. This filthy, he forgot that when Hitler was killing Jews, the one who fought Hitler was the Christians. Not a single Muslim fought Hitler. In fact, it is the opposite, as we showed you in the pictures. So those potatoes, they have a voice only if the listener is an idiot, uneducated, stupid, gullible. History is there. But who these days go and see and check history? People go to TikTok. How we can learn about Hitler from TikTok? How we can learn about history of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, from TikTok? Nobody read the books. Nobody see the books. Nobody want to understand the books because books is not what we are looking for. They praise Hitler. Now we continue. So the point number one about the oxymoron, it is you. Because, actually they ask him a question, about, because this guy keep talking against the West, against the West, against the West. And by the way, there's many things in the West I don't like. Me, myself. Who said everything in the West is, I mean, we have a lot of stupid people in the West, and the proof is you. Aren't you from the West? Aren't you donkey yourself from the West? This is the West. This potato, he went to the Middle East, he went to Egypt, he went to Dubai. Where the area you felt unsafe, it is there. Aren't you the one being arrested in Dubai? Why? How come nobody arresting you in USA? So he complained about the fascism. It's the fascism is there. If you don't agree with them, they kill you. And the only reason for you to be released is because you're an American. Your American passport, the Western passport protected you. Otherwise, you will be in jail until the coming century if they did not kill you. So they complain about the West, but they die to get the passport of the West. One.
Christian Prince is awesome. Like and subscribe to his channel.